Hey everybody, my name's Todd and I'm going to teach you how to get better at chess. No, not checkers. At chess. Ooh, nice hand. How many countries does Canada border? Chess. I'm going to make you better at chess. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chess 101. Today we're going to talk about the chess pieces and what they're worth. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to snap my fingers and the chess pieces are all going to appear on the board. Okay, here we go. The pieces are on the board. Now they're not in their starting position. If you saw the last video, I showed you how to set up the board, where all the pieces went. So what I've done here is I've just taken one of each piece so that you can to get an idea of what they're worth. Now, of course, the king is the most valuable piece. The king doesn't actually have a numerical value. And the reason it doesn't have a numerical value of worth, because it doesn't matter how many pieces you give up in the game. If you lose the king, game's over, okay? You lose the game. So the king's here for just, purposes so you'll know, this is the most valuable piece. I put it over here. Now, the second most valuable piece is this queen. And I'll have a whole other video on how these pieces move. But the queen is worth 9 points. And you'll see in a little while how this all works. So the queen is worth 9. It's the second most valuable piece next to the king. It's also the most versatile. It can move a variety of ways, which is why it's the most valuable. The rook is the next most valuable piece. It's worth 5. So this is worth 5. Now the bishop and the knight, they're both worth 3. So they're equal value. They do work differently, which you'll see in a video, how they work. And the pawn is only worth 1. However, there's a caveat to that, and I'll show you that a little later, okay? All right, so the king is worth unlimited. It's worth the most, right? It just really doesn't have a value. You do everything you can to protect the king. The queen is 9. The rook is 5. The bishop is 3, the knight is 3, and a pawn is 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little exercise where I'm going to take the pieces and I'm just going to put some out here, and then you're going to guess the total value of the pieces. All right, so we'll start with this. Okay, what's this worth? If you said 6, it's right. This is 5, and this is 1, so that totals 6. So now we'll try another combination. This is also worth 6 because each worth 3. 3 and 3 is 6. Let's try another one. This is worth 10. You have 9 and 1, and that's 10. So we're going to do something completely different now for fun. We're going to use both the black and white pieces. So we'll start by getting these off the board. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some pieces over here. The black pieces. I'm going to set the white pieces over here. And what I want you to do is figure out which is worth more. The total value of the pieces on the left or the total value of the pieces on the right. So here we go with the first one. Okay, which is worth more? So if you said right, that's correct. So this is 5 plus 1. This is 6. And over here you just have 3, 1, and 1. This is worth 5. So if you were in a game and you were black and you were going to trade these 3 pieces to gain these pieces, in theory, you would have a better point outcome. You would be trading 5 of your points for 6 of the opponent's points. So in this case, the right is higher. Let's do another one. Okay, how about here? If you said right, you were right again. The 2 rooks are 10, and this is worth 9. There's a lot of times in games you actually have this happen where you trade the queen for both rooks. So in strictly point value, this would be a higher one. Let's do another one now. Okay, so right here, they're equal, right? This is worth 6, 5 and 1. This is worth 6, 3 and 3. And later on in one of the videos, I'll show you an opening where you trade these 2 pieces for these 2 pieces. But strictly point value, that's what they're worth. And then we'll do one last one. Okay, so if you said this was more valuable, that's correct. Because remember, if you had to get rid of all these pieces, but in the end you ended up winning the king, you win the game. So the king is the most valuable piece. Even though this point value here is really high, it doesn't matter. If you win the king, you win the game. So in chess, when we win the game, we knock over the king sometimes. Anyway, that's the video for today, and hope to see you on another video. Thanks.